What's up, my peeps? It is time for a brand new episode of Supercard, and today we're going to be taking a look at selling your Supercard account and how much money you could possibly get out of it. How much money are these 33 plus accounts going for right now? Now, if you're anything below that, then forget about it. Nobody's going to pay for your hardened accounts. Nobody wants that. Best thing you might get out of it is an off-brand Snickers bar or something like that. But we're looking strictly at the 33 plus decks. So, about a week ago, I was in a conversation on Twitter. Somebody had given their Supercard account info, username and password to somebody else so they could log into their accounts. And that got me thinking right away, are people selling their Supercard accounts? Is there a market for it? Are people actually interested in buying accounts for these mobile games? Because I know it's a thing, you know, people selling their accounts for big games like World of Warcraft or RuneScape and things like that, and they actually go for a lot of money online. But are people actually buying Supercard accounts though? So I thought, why not go ahead and check it out. First website I thought of course, is eBay. So went on eBay, typed in WWE Supercard account, and of course, I found some listings. Now, before I even get to the listings and prices, how much would you guys pay for a 33 plus account? If you would even pay for one. Personally, I wouldn't pay at all for any accounts. So let's start it off with this one. WWE trading cards on eBay. It's got some positive feedback, it seems. Yeah, 100% positive feedback. It's titled WWE Supercard 33 plus account, perfect deck, legacy images, and godly avatar. So, looking at his Road to Glory deck, he's got a couple of events in there. Jinder Mahal, Aleister Black, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, but he's missing a couple of them. Where's HBK at? Where's Matt and Jeff? And where's Brock Lesnar? So it's not, he doesn't have all the event cards, and also he's missing the Bayley event card. He does have Carmella Pro, though, from Money in the Bank. That's a good card to have. But then he doesn't even have a full Road to Glory deck of 33 pros. He's still got Ultimate Pro Bayley in there, as well as Ultimate Pro Nia Jax, who's one of the weaker Ultimate female cards out there. So, as far as his Road to Glory deck goes, yes, it is 33 plus. He's got two 33 pro females in there, but he's missing a very important one in Bayley, and he's missing a couple of event cards. So let's see what this, godly avatar is. So if we look at the other images that he's actually got the local talent as his avatar in the game. That was a card that wasn't a PCC versus Braun Strowman, but the card never won the PCC, so the card never got released. Braun Strowman won the PCC, so people did get Braun Strowman. So usually wouldn't be able to get this card as a picture, but because of what happened a few weeks ago, people were able to get this card as a picture, as well as any Season 1 card and a bunch of pictures that they wanted through the card catalog. But looking at what's actually useful, it's really just going to be the Season 3 cards, the 33 cards in the Road to Glory deck, and that's not even full of 33 pros and all the events. So calling it a perfect deck, I wouldn't call this a perfect deck. It's, I guess, close to perfect, maybe, if you just consider perfect just a full deck of 33 pros regardless of the card stats. But yeah, this is definitely not a perfect deck, and he also says in the description box that you also get 1,600 credits with that, but for 150 though, I think I'll pass. No thanks, I can get 2 full games for that price, man, or like 3 Xbox Live memberships. So, moving on to the next listing. Now, if you thought 150 was crazy high, check this one out. $500 from 20 FPS on eBay. So this guy also lists it as a perfect account. And you know what? This one is closer to perfect than the last one because it is actually full of 33 pros. There isn't anything lower, and he's got more event cards in there, including Bayley. And he's also got some Season 1 pictures, like a Sami Zayn event card and such. But at the end of the day, these are just pictures. Yes, you can use them, I guess, in wild mode, but that's about it. You can't use them in ranked, you can't use them in Road to Glory, Ring Domination, or whatever. If this was a picture for something that was, I don't know, something that was real, like actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because that's the only thing I can think of right now, I could see that being expensive. I can see the value in that, a collector's item. It's something that you actually collect physically in real life, that you can sell in real life. But as far as virtual cards go, especially ones that you can't really use in the majority of the game, I don't think it's worth anywhere near what you think it's worth. I see that you've also got Kane in there, as well as The Undertaker, a bunch of cards from Season 1. That's cool and all, but $500 for that price, I'm hoping I get your phone along with the account. But seeing as how you're selling this for $500, you're probably the type that would also sell a Samsung Galaxy S3 for $500 as well, so forget that. But let's take a look at why he's selling this account. He says, "Want to sell my WWE Supercard account, playing from the start of this game. The reason, it reminds me about my girlfriend." Why? Did you walk in on her with a hardened Roman Reigns or something like that? And I just tired of playing this game, playing from the start. Alright, you already said that. I put a lot of money in this game, a lot of S1 renders, and then he goes over the cards that he's got, and then he goes ahead and links his Twitter, and his Twitter's great. I checked it out, and this dude's really serious about selling this account. So initially, he actually said this was his friend's account. But then afterwards, he transitioned it, or changed his story, I guess, and this is now his account that he's selling. And despite people telling him that, that's too much for an account, and somebody even saying, I think that they sold their account for $70 or something like that, he's convinced that it is worth this price, and he's not lowering the price. And then he goes on to talk about how he makes this much money as a programmer, and because of that, he won't settle for anything less than $500 because that's nothing to him. But if $500 is nothing to him, then why has he been trying to sell this account so desperately since June? It's been over a month now that he's been trying to sell this. It hasn't sold, and he still, I guess, doesn't get it that nobody's gonna buy it for this price. And here's the funny part too, is that he did state that anything less than $500 is nothing to him, but then you look at his Twitter feed, and at some point he was trying to get somebody to pay $19 so they can get into his WrestleMania 33++ team. He says, "Have a place for any level in a 33++ team. Someone from Russian community offered me $18, so you can get it for $19. But I thought anything less than $500 wasn't money to you, so why are you negotiating $18, $19 to get into your team? By the way, if you're in the lower tiers and you want to get in on a 33++ team, follow me on Twitter. Every now and then, spot opens up, and I allow anybody from lower tiers to join, as long as you've got a screenshot of your cards fully charged in a team battleground, or of your past points in any events, mainly team ring domination. Mr. $500, if you happen to watch this video, listen to the people's advice. Nobody's gonna buy the account for $500. You've been trying to sell it since June. Nobody's bought anything yet. And I think he claimed on Twitter that he sold the previous account for that much. I mean, looking at your eBay feedback history, you've got none, so I highly doubt that. I suggest you divide the price by 10, and then you might actually get a sell. Now, moving on to the most highly priced Supercard account out there. I'm sure you guys know what it's gonna be by the title of this video. $1,000 on eBay. Do you actually think your account is worth $1K? No Supercard account out there, I think, is... Look, he might have spent that amount of money on the cards, maybe some packs or whatever, but even if you spent that amount of money on your account, it doesn't mean that anybody's gonna buy it for that amount, especially $1K. This one doesn't really have a description other than, it's a high tier Supercard account, and he's gonna pro Seth Rollins before he transfers the account over, and with this account you can get ready for the next tier. I don't see how people can think these accounts are worth this much. Look, it doesn't take an insane amount of time anymore in Supercards to reach the top tier, maybe back in Season 1. But nowadays, you've got Team Battleground, which makes it incredibly easy. You've got not just my team, but a bunch of teams out there, giving people shots, helping lower tiers out. You've got the daily login bonuses. There's so many ways to get top cards, Money in the Bank. It doesn't take a really long time anymore to reach the top tiers. For instance, somebody you guys see in the comment section often is Angel, and a few months ago he was in the hardened tier, and I think just today he tweeted me that he made it to the 33++ tier. So as you can see, it doesn't take a really long time. It's not an insanely long ride, and there's so many ways to get there. And a lot of these ways are really easy. They're not difficult. They might just take some time, but you've also got ads you can watch, to speed up the process so you can get some bouts. And people are buying Supercard accounts, but they're not buying them for that much. There's actually a forum out there dedicated for people to sell accounts, and there's a section to sell Supercard accounts. And just to show you that it's not maybe the best idea to buy an account from somebody, especially if you're not buying from them through a website like eBay, there's no real protection if, that person goes ahead and ends up maybe not giving you the account. For instance, on this forum where somebody was selling a Supercard account, somebody bought it for him. He paid him the money. Here's what he said. It's a fraud. I purchased the account. Most event pros are gone. Shortly after taking control of the account, he was logging in and kicking me out because of it. Contacted Facebook about resetting password, and not long after, I lost everything. $70 sent via PayPal and $20 of iTunes gift card spent and basically stolen from me. Feel free to contact me. I have screenshots of everything from email discussions to account to PayPal receipt. That sucks, and whenever you're buying from somebody like this, not through a website, there's always that risk, especially in a situation like this where it's just, account information being given. And he's not the only one to get scammed too, because on that same forum, somebody else was selling this deck with a bunch of event pros, and somebody, once again, bought it from him, and he wrote this. I wrote him with blah 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 33 times. He showed screenshot from account. I have these screens, and from these screens I bought the account. Basically, the guy sent him screenshots of, proof of the cards that he said were in there. I got the login data, and what happened? Only Bailey event. He deleted all other event cards. I would say this is nearly a scam and really unfair. So the guy basically had a bunch of event cards in there, but before he actually gave the account to this guy at the very last moment, it seems, he deleted all of them except for Bailey. So yeah, also not the smartest idea to buy an account from somebody. I mean, selling an account, nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't go into it expecting to get 500 or 1,000 out of it, especially in a game like Supercard where there's the possibility of a reset, where all these cards might be rendered almost useless in, the majority of the modes once Season 4 comes out. That's if there is a reset. We've seen it happen before, but even without a reset, I don't think you can expect to get, 500 or 1K. Realistically, you probably get less than $100 for your Supercard account, even if it's 33 plus. If it's less than that, I don't even see the point in trying to sell it. Probably won't get anything from it. So that is pretty much it for this episode. I'd like to give a shout out to Steven on Twitter, who was one of the retweeters of my Great Balls of Fire prediction video. I said I'd retweet a random follower who retweets and likes that tweet, so shout outs to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button down below, subscribe for more videos, and with that said, I'm out guys, see ya.